The average person accepts the first salary offer they receive. The average person who negotiates earns $5,000 more in year one. Compounded over a 30-year career, that single decision is worth over $500,000. Not because the raise itself compounds, because every future raise, bonus, retirement contribution, and benefit is calculated as a percentage of your salary. Your starting salary is the foundation of your entire compensation trajectory, and most people accept it without a single conversation. Today, we are building the salary negotiation formula, the exact framework, the exact words, and the exact timing that gets results. Before the formula, let us understand why most people do not negotiate, because the reasons are specific and they can all be dismantled. Reason 1. Fear of rejection. Most people believe that negotiating will make them appear greedy and that the offer will be withdrawn. The data on this is clear. In a 2023 survey by Salary.com, 84% of employers said they expect candidates to negotiate. The offer is almost never withdrawn. Reason 2. Lack of information. Most people do not know what they should actually be earning, so they cannot argue confidently for a higher number. Reason 3. Poor timing. Many people raise the salary conversation at the wrong moment, before they have demonstrated value or after the decision has already been locked. Reason 4. No framework. People negotiate instinctively, without a structure, and become emotional, rush, or accept a small concession and stop. The formula addresses all 4 of these, not with confidence tips or mindset advice, with a repeatable structure that removes the emotion entirely. The formula has 4 phases: research, anchor, counter, close. Phase 1. Research. Before any negotiation conversation, you need 3 specific data points. Without them, you are negotiating blindly. Data point 1. Market rate for your exact role, in your exact geography, at your exact experience level. Not general ranges, specific numbers. The best sources in 2026 for market rate data: levels.fy for technology roles, Glassdoor, LinkedIn Salary, PayScale, and direct conversations with peers in similar roles. Data point 2. The company's compensation structure and financial health. A company in financial difficulty cannot offer the same range as a profitable and growing one. Data point 3. Your own value case. A specific list of what you will bring, have built, or have accomplished that justifies the number you are about to ask for. Your value case should always use numbers, not "I managed a team," but "I managed a team of 8 and reduced project delivery time by 23%. Phase 2. Anchor. The anchor is the first number you put on the table, and it's the single most important move in the entire negotiation. Behavioral economics research consistently shows that the first number stated in a negotiation anchors the entire conversation, even when both parties know it's negotiating. Your anchor should be high. Specifically, it should be at the top of the realistic range you identified in your research, not the middle and not the bottom. Why the top? Because negotiation almost always involves movement. If you anchor at the middle, you'll negotiate down to the bottom. Anchor at the top, you land in the middle. The anchor should be stated confidently, not apologetically. The word around or approximately weakens it. State a specific number. Phase 3. Counter. After you anchor, the employer will respond, almost always below your number. This phase is where most people give up too fast. When the employer gives you a number, do not immediately accept and do not immediately reject. Use the silence technique. The silence technique: when they give you a number, pause for 3 to 5 seconds before responding. This pause does enormous work. Silence communicates that you are considering their offer seriously, that you are not desperate, and that you have other options, all without saying a word. After the pause, respond with appreciation and a specific counter. Not a range, a specific number above their offer, but below your anchor. An effective counter sounds like this: I appreciate the offer, and I am very excited about this role. Based on my research and experience, I was expecting something closer to $100,000. Can we get there? Notice 3 things. You acknowledged the offer. You referenced your research, not your needs or wants, and you asked a question rather than making a demand. If they can't move on base salary, immediately pivot to total compensation: signing bonus, equity, additional PTO, remote work flexibility, professional development budget. Phase 4. Close. The close is how you reach agreement and, crucially, how you protect the agreement you reached. Once an agreement is reached, express genuine enthusiasm. Confirm the total package in writing, not just base salary, in an email that same day. Do not rely on verbal agreements for compensation. Verbal commitments are often misremembered. Everything agreed: salary, bonus, equity, benefits, confirmed in writing. Now, let's talk about negotiating raises in your existing role, because the same formula applies with one critical addition. The critical addition for raise negotiations is timing. The single most effective moment to negotiate a raise is immediately after a visible win, not at the annual review. Annual reviews are the worst time to negotiate. Your manager's budget is already set. The decision about your raise is often made weeks before the conversation. The best time is immediately after delivering a major result: a successful project, a client win, a problem solved, when your value is fresh and visible. For raise negotiations, the research phase is especially important. Know your current market rate versus your current salary. That gap is your argument. Now, let us show you the full math: why salary negotiation is the highest return financial skill you can develop. Scenario A. You accept $95,000. You receive 3% raises annually for 30 years. Scenario B. You negotiate to $100,000. You receive the same 3% raises annually for 30 years. The $5,000 starting difference at 3% annual growth becomes a 30-year cumulative earnings difference of approximately $243,000. And that's only the salary difference. Add the compounded 401k match on the higher salary, and the gap approaches $500,000. From one conversation, one negotiation, 5 minutes of discomfort exchanged for $500,000 in lifetime wealth. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. Salary negotiation is not a personality trait. It's not confidence. It's a repeatable 4-phase formula that anyone can learn and execute. Research your number, anchor at the top, counter with silence and a specific response, close in writing. Apply it every time, job offers and raise conversations alike. The $500,000 difference in lifetime earnings is not between people who are better at their jobs. It's between people who had a 5-minute conversation and people who didn't. Here's your action step from this video. I'm calling it the first negotiation pledge. The next job offer you receive, you won't accept it on the call. You'll say, "Thank you so much, I'm very excited. I would like to review the full offer and get back to you within 48 hours. Those 48 hours, you do your market research, you build your value case, and you return with the anchor phase ready. Drop in the comments, have you ever negotiated a salary, or are you taking the first negotiation pledge right now?
Let's see how many people in this community commit to the conversation. And if this formula gives you the confidence to have one conversation you would have skipped, share it as someone who has an offer on the table right now.